Hi, this is Sana Hashmi, and this week in my Eye on China column, I analyze the responses coming out of China on the evolving Khalistani issue and its implications on India's relationship with the West. In the past couple of months, there have been speculations regarding the future of India's relationship with the West, primarily the US. And the reason was that the Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, when he just finished his visit to India after the G20 summit, he announced in the parliament that they have credible allegations against India that the agents of the Indian government were behind the killing of a Khalistani separatist, Hardeep Singh Nijjar, who was shot dead by unknown assailants in Surrey in June earlier this year. So this actually opened a Pandora box and even led to the discussions regarding its impact on India's relationship with the West at a broader level. Of course, after this, India's relationship with Canada has stooped to the lowest level possible, and we do not really see a sign of normalization, not anytime soon. But it didn't really impact India's relationship with the West. However, a new allegation against India by the US regarding a foiled assassination of another Khalistani separatist who is also a US and Canadian citizen, Gurpatwant Singh Pannun. So this new allegation has kind of brought back this issue to the forefront. So these allegations have given birth to a rather cynical view among several Indian and Western commentators. So this is primarily because the India-US partnership has become robust in the past couple of months, and the primary reason has been the growing concerns about China's influence and the potential threat. So the emergence of the Indo-Pacific and the revival of the quadrilateral dialogue, now famously known as the Quad, have strategically positioned China at the epicenter of the discussions within the Indo-Pacific. That also underscores the critical importance of the US alliances and partnerships in the region. So the question here is if this set of relationship will be able to weather the Khalistani challenge and both the countries, if these countries are going to remain focused on the China challenge. But since the Canadian allegations have surfaced, we are also witnessing commentary on Chinese media as well as on the social media such as Weibo, that several questions have been asked about the US commitment to its allies as well as partners, and what would be the US choosing, a five-eye ally or a country that is crucial for containing China. So there were anticipations that it might lead to deterioration of relations between India and the US. But then there was another view that was coming from China, that the West has been largely neutral and the response of the West on this Khalistani issue has been muted. And this collective silence on the issue signals the West collective double standard. And this is primarily when such countries have been upfront about human rights issues in China, but are silent when it comes to India. So despite what the discussion on the Chinese social media is and what are the anticipations of the CCP leadership, it seems unlikely that this particular issue is going to dent India-US relationship. Also, we recently saw a summit between Xi and Biden. So despite that summit last week, there are no indications that we are going to see any reset in the US-China relationship. And we're also witnessing affirmation of the US leadership and officials for their concerns on the China threat. Recently, there were comments from the US Commerce Secretary about how they have to contain China and how it is China threat is very much alive. So in this context, India-US partnership is fostered on mutual strategic interest and shared concerns, that is, of course, China. And undermining this particular set of relationship, in my opinion, I do not really see it being aligned with the US broader objectives of deterring China and ensuring stability in the Indo-Pacific region. But I think specifically after September, after what has happened between India and Canada and the difficult position that US has been in, I think it's on US for effectively dealing with the China challenge. It is very, very crucial for the US to address the concerns of the Indian government on the issue of Khalistani separatists in the US and in the West. And also at the same time, it's very important to ensure that this issue is not going to jeopardize the progress that has been achieved, that has been made in the recent past. Thank you.